No friends. No friends. No friends on YouTube. Good morning. She talks too much. Good morning, Sandra K. Baby, look, there are no friends on YouTube. If you have friends, what's up, Ida Wallace, on YouTube, then you do not need to display it amongst the YouTube world because it puts your friendship in jeopardy. And if you are a really good friend to someone, you would really not try to put them in jeopardy or jeopardize your friendship. And I don't think people get that. People always like, oh, it's friends on YouTube. It's friends on YouTube. Yeah, yeah. Until something happens. Like I said, if you have a friendship, you know what? Keep friendship under wraps. People don't need, oh, that's my friend. That's my friend. Because y'all know what happens. People try to do things. So at the end of the day, there are no friends on YouTube. It seems like people get emotional, or as I say, emotional on these YouTube streets. But before I get into my little sermonette, let me say hello to Ida Wallace, Almighty Isis, my Esha 757, Michelle's daughter, who is a member. Thank you. So anyway, you all, let me get into that. Look, you come on YouTube and you are a subcontractor. You come to make a coin. You may have content creators that you are cool with, subcontractors, but that's it. This is why when someone said something disparaging about me or may throw some shade at me, it doesn't bother me. You take emotions out of this. This is a 9 to 5. You do it when you can fit it in. And it's lucrative if you do it right. Notice I said if you do it right, it's very lucrative. So people need to be taking the emotions out of stuff and all of this stuff because a lot of people put their emotions into this and it doesn't fare out well. And then it makes you look like you're crazy, that you are indulging in this, and you need to really step back. And I think some people really need to step back because when you think somebody virtually is your friend, then I'm like, are you all right? I mean, that's what I'm really saying. Are you okay? Are you all right? So those are my thoughts on that. What did she talk too much? So she said, I never knew this YouTube mess went this deep, but folks are overly invested, too invested. Ebony said, they are, they are, they are. You know, and it's really funny because people want to tell me what certain content creators say and all that. I don't care. It doesn't affect when you allow these people to start affecting your life or where you go, or then you got problems. You got problems. And a lot of this stuff is control. People want to control where you can go. People want to control what you can say, you know, and I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? You know, I don't control anybody. I just control my platform. I just control my platform. You know, there are certain things I'm not going to have on my platform. So, this coffee is so good. But yeah. So I see content creators falling out and they said this about me and all of this stuff. Who cares? Let them say what they want to say about you. And we know what this YouTube sector gives. If you give people money, they may talk about you next week. And just stop giving the money. Stop giving the money and just quietly protest and not give them your money. That's how you can, let people know you're serious. What's up, Joyce? But y'all steadily feeding this stuff, and it's just really funny to me. I'm like, you don't have to give people your resources if you don't want to. You make the choice to give people your resources. Um, like I said, people can get invested. I think it's really funny when people get invested. These are virtual people. These are people some of you all have never met before in your life. And again, I just like, are you serious? Y'all don't have no investments. Y'all don't have no children together. Y'all don't have anything together. And people just so vested and angry and upset. And I'm like, y'all need to chill out. Y'all really need to chill out. But it is what it is. Now, yeah, yeah, people do a whole lot. And I think some people are really cowards on here. But we're gonna see how things work out. I'm watching a lot of things play out on these YouTube streets. I'm watching a lot of stuff play out. And I just think it's really interesting how it's playing out. So I'm gonna see how it plays out. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut until all the chips fall where they may. What's up, Noble? What is up? Um, let me say this too. So I think Hershey done got Cruiser a little pissed off, if I'm not mistaken. So Cruiser answered you, Hershey. Cruiser said Dolby has uh what's the people called? She has a reservationist. What's the people called? Well, hey Tracy. She has a planner. She has a reservation agent or I can't think of the name of I can't think of the correct name, y'all. Ooh, my mind is just gone today. It's Wednesday. You can tell it's hump day. A reservationist. I keep on saying a reservationist. That's the wrong one. A planner, a travel agent. Thank you, boo. Empress just baby, a travel agent. Lord have mercy. I'm talking about a reservationist. She has a travel agent. So Cruiser says she don't need her because she have a travel agent. Okay. So Dolby has a travel agent. So Cruiser answered that real quick. An event planner, a travel agency. Baby, baby, hey, I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. This is the thing about being a travel agent again. When you are an agent, you have to make sure if you're taking people's credit cards over the phone or if you're taking people's credit cards, you have to have an authorization. You got to make sure that you got to have an authorization because people can easily stop the charges and say, hey, I didn't authorize this person to use this. And I think that's very critical when you have a travel agent, you know, and especially if they're an independent agent. And I'm not mad at it because, travel agents make good commission. Good commission. I ain't mad at travel agents. But my thing is, it's a lot of work. So if people cancel, you got to make sure the cancellation is done. Whereas Carnival and Royal Caribbean does their own thing and they'll do it because they have their own agents. When you become an independent agent, it is your responsibility to make sure everything is handled. So I ain't mad. And it's your responsibility. So the travel agent has to be very thorough and very detailed. Cruiser said she cannot be connected to a travel agent. Well, Cruiser, you just got to clear it up. Because, I told Dobie to go, but, I said, Cruiser, Dobie, get ready to do her thing again. Go on over there and help. And I think somebody said, but she had a travel agency. So I ain't mad at her. There go Cruiser. What's up, Cruiser? So anyway, you all, but Dobie got her own agent and they're gonna work this out. So Cruiser, I mean Cruiser, I got a question for you. So is Royal Caribbean $50 to hold a spot, or is it 25? Because I know you cruise a lot. So is Royal Caribbean $25 to cruise, or is it $50 to cruise? I'm just asking because I know Carnival was $25 to hold a room and things. I know Carnival was like $25 to hold the room. Did they go up all of a sudden? I'm just asking. Is Royal Caribbean Virgin, they require 50? I'm just asking. I'm just asking, Cruiser, because you be cruising a lot. Is Cruiser still in here? Because Cruiser be cruising a lot, and I know she know a lot about cruises and things. And I'm just wondering, did they go up in the price? From 25 to 50, because things can happen like that. No, Cruiser is a cruiser. I mean, she actually goes cruising and traveling and all of that stuff. So that's what Cruiser does. Cruiser said it depends on the deal that you get. Okay, it depends on the deal that you get.
Good
What's up,
morning.
Cruiser? Cruiser said it depends on the deal that you get.
Yeah, so the way you did it with group cruising, the avenue you went, that yeah, they usually start with that, with the $25 to hold the room, and then you have to put down, then you have to pay a certain amount before they actually put you in a cabin, and then you can pay it
Yeah.
off. She's going
Mm-hmm.
through a travel agent, and a lot of people have been asking me why I don't care for using travel agents. But she's using a travel agent. So there's all types of different deals you can get. Like you can get a deal where you could, they could say, put down $100 non-refundable and give you a extremely cheap rate, but you're taking a risk because if you have to cancel, you ain't getting your money back. Um, so I don't know which avenue her travel agent is taking her through, um, because with her using a travel agent is totally different from how you and Tracy did y'all booking.
Yeah. We didn't go through third party. We went directly to
Direct. Hmm.
Carnival. Because
Yeah.
again, when you're dealing with a travel agent, now they will make a nice commission, and I'm not mad at that because I can book people right now. But
Hmm.
if you don't have authorization, if you don't, travel agents go through a lot because people cancel, people do this, and you got to go through all of that stuff and try to get somebody to do that. And you gotta, so that's the disadvantage of it.
Hmm.
And I wasn't gonna go through that. I mean,
Yeah. As
seriously.
a consumer, the reason why me as a consumer don't like travel agents is because I don't like third parties speaking for me. For example, you use Priceline to get you a hotel room, and you
Yep.
get to the Marriott to check in, and there's a problem with your reservation. Well, Priceline is not standing there beside you, and Marriott is telling you, well, you booked this through Priceline, so you have to call them. You know, I don't like that somebody between me and my business, if that makes sense. Or
Yeah. The
there's
risk is
if you,
you get a good price. You get a really good price, but
yeah,
you
but you
have
may
to
get
get
there and have some issues, and I've known the people to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially when you can go right through directly through them, get your little military discount or a senior discount, or I'm a member of your little, Boneyard discount. There's other ways. I'm gonna give you another example. If you go look at Ship Life, it's a black guy who used to work on Norwegian. He's a
Oh yeah, I know
entertainer.
about Ship Life.
Ship Life. So he did a video yesterday, and he was talking about this lady who's she was well, he played the lady, and she was saying that they got to the cruise and they gave them a orange slip and told them they couldn't get on the cruise. And but and the guy was she was talking about her son. They had the information from the travel agent where they paid everything, but guess who wasn't sitting there with them representing them at that port? That travel agent. So if he had booked right through Royal himself, he would have checked in online. He would have had his check-in online, and then he would have known if there was some problems before he got there. He didn't get on that ship, by the way, before he got there. So I don't. Me myself, I'm not talking against them, but for me, I don't care for travel agents, and I don't work with them.
Yeah, yeah. You got to be very careful, and
Mhm.
also too, yeah, there are a lot of ways to get discounts. If you're a Costco member, a lot of people don't understand Costco has really good benefits, especially for rental cars. Use your Costco. If you have a Costco membership, then you can go through Costco Travel. I mean, there are a lot of places that you can get stuff, and Costco Travel allows you to get the rate without. So it's like you get the cash rate, but because it's Costco, they'll allow you to do it. So I don't know too much about Sam's because I have a Sam's membership as well, but Costco has good travel
Yeah,
benefits as well. So if you have a shopping club like Sam's or Costco, check into that
yeah.
because
There's so
Costco travel.
many discount numbers you can plug into. Like I'm a Hilton girl. I love Hilton, you know, and there's so many discount codes that you can go right to their site. I have their app downloaded, and right there they ask, "What's your promotion code?" You can plug that right in. When you get there, you're still getting the points on yourself, but you also getting a discount. So if there's a problem, you ain't dealing with third party Asperian and Priceline and all these people, and they telling you, well, why is it more $50 more than what they told me? I already paid them for this room. I paid them in advance, and the place is telling y'all, hey, you have to call them. We just know that there's an extra charge here. You don't have nobody. They're not there with you, and you're out of town. You got to check in. So I like going directly through people. I don't like no third party and all that. I like to go through people. Somebody in the chat said they thought I was a travel agent. That's going out around a lot. I'm not. I'm not, and never have been. I work with a large promoter. Somebody said I'm a promoter assistant. Well, okay, I'm a promoter assistant, but I work with a very large promoter that do travel, party events, all types of things. And my little side hustle. So that's how I'll be going with the group every year and working that group.
Yeah, so I mean, but the thing is, you all, everybody does it different. It was only 25, and it's really funny though, Miss Cruiser, because people are like, oh, they collecting that $25. They collecting that $25. I'm like, we ain't collecting no $25. $25 just hold you a spot, until you pay your money. I mean, that's standard. But again, if you don't cruise that much, you don't know that. But I was laughing, but they take. But like I said, it was $25. Now I ain't know if
Yeah,
they
and
went
you
up.
and you're not getting that. You're not getting that calling yourself. That's like only going through a group that's traveled, that's planned it in advance, and a group was set
And,
up.
and, and
Now, if
and
you call over there to Carnival or yourself,
they're not gonna
you're
do
not
it.
going to get a $25 deposit. That's just for a group thing.
And the thing is, you all, again, y'all gotta realize now. Cruiser can help me. We had over 12 people already ready, already called in with that number. So it was no issue because I'm telling you, Cruiser, if we didn't have 12 people, I wasn't going to do the trip. And I don't have a problem with saying that, oh, we didn't have enough interest, so we're not going to pursue going on the cruise. I would have came right up and said it and been done with it and moved right on to the next thing.
Well, I think without 8 cabins, you can't do the group. You have to have the 8 cabins.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
No
that's
less
that's
than
the
that.
minimum requirement. Or you ain't there, or they counsel you. You ain't got to worry about counseling. They
They'll do
counsel
it for
you.
you.
They counsel you. So you have to have that minimum of 8. I had some people, and I've talked about this since we already talked about it. That was going on that same booking, and at first it was started out with a few girls. They had like 3 cabins, so they went directly through Carnival booking their stuff, and then it got to the point where everybody kept saying they wanted to go, saying they wanted to go, so it ended up being where they then had 12 cabins. And I told him, I said, hey, counsel that individual, call them back, put that in as a group so you can get them little perks and things.
Yeah.
Um, so if you have more than 8, you should always, if
Go
you and your
full.
family going and you find that you need more than 8, you should always call them back and set it up as a group.
Yeah. So it's just that simple, y'all. It's
Hmm.
really not hard to do. It's not, and this is why I was worried. Just we were there, and like I said, now it's like packed, so it's gonna be a full ship. People gonna do what they need to do, and that's it. But like I said, now cruiser, am I supposed to be fighting you, cruiser, baby? The people are trying to stir things up, and they said that. Now let me say this too. While I got cruiser on. Cruiser said on the app, she said, if UJ Wilson people, y'all already know this. Now, I could have considered that little church shade. It didn't
Now,
bother me
Jay,
none. I thought it
Jay,
was, hold on for a
Jay,
minute. Hold on. No,
you
before
ain't
you go
see
there,
your people
hold
own
on,
me. I
hold
had
on,
to say that.
But I said, oh, that's cute. I said, that's cute. I said, it ain't no big deal because we already had a Zoom meeting, but I didn't take it as, oh my God, she's shading us. But let me tell you something.
I
I
wasn't
would
saying
have
it for
done
you.
it.
I was saying it so that your people wasn't thinking that I was speaking, trying to give them some information they had. I was just saying, I was just saying, hey, there's other folks going. So I'm speaking to them other folks. I'm not necessarily, because I think that, and it's human nature. I think it's human nature. If you're doing something and that you enjoy, or you're doing something that you want to do and you see somebody else talking about it, you forget that you're not the only one doing that. That there's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of folks doing the same thing on the same ship, so that person could be possibly talking to somebody else and not just talking just on juicecation. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So I really wasn't,
Yeah,
when I
it
said
makes
that,
sense.
I
But
really
girl, they
didn't
were
have you
saying, but
in
they was,
mind. I
well,
had the
they kept
people in
on.
mind who I had the people in mind who was like, why Miss Cruz is so talking about this? I had those people in mind.
Yeah, baby. The people were saying that. Well, she didn't do that for Dovey Cruz. Why she trying to do that for Jay Wilson Cruz? She ain't doing that for Tracy
Dovey,
Cruz.
well, actually, I did. I don't know why people are not saying that. I was defending the cruise because it's the same cruise. You and Tracy on the same cruise.
I
When
know, I
people first
know.
started talking about, oh, it's a hurricane, oh, it's this, that's when I started talking about it. And I was like, no, the ships protect you, blah, blah, blah. And I was talking about both of them. And I was mentioning both. Now, some people just grabbing at one, but I was like, they're going to be fine. This cruise is fine. I was giving information out for both. It's impossible to just give information out on you. Y'all gonna be on the same ship.
Yeah, we're gonna
So,
be on the same tip.
yeah, so
I
it's
just
just
think
like
it's funny.
I'm not just focusing on one. And
Yeah.
with Dovey had the first one. She had a travel agent. Me and Dovey actually discussed the cruise in November before she even announced it. Me and her talked on FaceTime and talked about it. I was in Miami, and she told me she wanted me to help her. When she got a travel agent, I fell back from it. And me and Dovey had a little falling out because I fell back from it. But the reason why I fell back from it is that if you have a travel agent, then I'm not going to, get involved in no travel agent stuff.
Because it'll make you look like you causing confusion. Because people be doing that. They be trying to do all of the stuff and causing confusion and stuff. So I got it.
And that's exactly what was going on. Dovey was on the live, and the lady who was her travel agent was a black lady. She came on, and the lady was saying some stuff. I was like, huh? And it was kind of causing somewhat of some conflict, and I fell back.
Sometimes you gotta fall back, Miss Cruz. Sometimes you gotta fall back. So yes, I was accused of sabotaging her cruise. I'm like, no, I didn't. I said y'all was the B sector is really funny. They were picking at Dovey, and I'm like, well, for the mere fact that she on a cruise ship, she doing more than a lot of y'all doing. And I said, I'm just glad that she made it to the cruise ship. I never get to saying that, but all of a sudden, I'm trying to sabotage her cruise. I'm like, baby, no, absolutely not. But again, that's beef sector memory, baby. I'm like, I ain't trying to sabotage that lady cruise for the mere fact she got on. Y'all was up there picking at her, talking about something she was eating by herself, talking to the people.
Look, those
That was
people,
me.
I wouldn't lie for nobody. I ain't standing in line for nobody. But I'm telling you, I follow W on Instagram and Facebook. Some of those, did W know them people? No, but guess what? They was booking under W because she met them on Facebook. W be on Facebook, Instagram. When she go live on YouTube, she go ahead. She go live 3 places. She go live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And W can get some folks to follow her. So I can't say how many people was with W, but I assure you, some of those folks I have recognized in W's from lives that I've been in with W. I recognize at least three or four of them. I don't know who else, but
So
I
Miss
did
Cruiser
recognize
is
them.
saying that Dovey has spoke not only in YouTube, but she have people in Instagram and she got people in
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. Okay, so it could have been people from Instagram or Facebook on that cruise with Dolby while y'all playing, while y'all trying to tell
Now, I'm
her
not
stuff that.
defending her and trying to. I'm just saying I've seen a few people now. How many people it is, I can't. I don't ask me to testify that, but I don't think she was on there by herself.
Yeah, somebody said Dolby was calling for you once she got on the cruise. Who she was
Oh,
calling
because I
for,
had to
Miss
pay her
Cruiser?
money. I was talking to her. I said, W, if you get on that cruise, I'm gonna give you $100 for that sucker sellout. See, I was talking trash too. I said, y'all know we was saying tough W wasn't gonna get on no cruise. Y'all know we was
Girl,
saying that.
you cannot, you can't say anything money concerning Dolby because she gonna really want it.
Listen, and I paid up too. And this, I bet you I won't make that bet no more with nobody. I bet I won't make a bet like that
But
no more with
some
nobody. I
people,
was like, W ain't getting on
you
no
can't tell
cruise.
people stuff like that, Miss Cruz. Baby, they be waiting for it. They be waiting for it. You better have it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I did. I did. She's, and I don't blame her. If somebody would have bet me some money, I bet if I see you in such and such, I would have been right there saying, "Give me my money. Where my money?" You said I'm here. Where my money? So
Where my
I gave
money?
it to her, and I changed my name. That's why my name is no longer Miss Cruiser. Dovey snatched my name. She snatched
Okay.
my name and and she won the $100.
Oh my God. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you a woman of your word, Miss Cruiser, and Cruiser did what she did, and that's all I gotta say about that. But
Yeah,
y'all, let me say this.
I was on vacation myself. I was in California, in Southern California. They was like, I said, "Ooh, let me get this money over to her before she sell off."
Maybe she'll have you out there. But see,
Hmm.
and again, you all, I gotta clarify that because people always say that you sabotaged her stuff. Really, I haven't sabotaged anything, but I don't like people to be caught up in mess and situations that they shouldn't be caught up in. So I'll leave it right at that. But I'm glad everything worked out, and I'm glad that people are traveling and going on these cruises. And who knows? I mean, I might do something else. It may not be a cruise, but at least we know. And again, you all, we're gonna do this cruise because people can really know that once you go on a cruise or we do something that it's gonna be safe. We're not gonna have a lot of
Hmm.
foolishness. And I'm thinking of some
Exactly.
places to go. Can you hear me, Miss Cruiser?
Yeah, and I agree. It's going to be safe. Look, I'm beef sector. It's some people may think that's silly that I say that. I'm beef sector. I love the beef sector, and to see the beef sector, to see two of one of the main people that's known. You say beef sector. There's particular people that's known. You're gonna know Jay Wilson. You're gonna know Sean Bradley. You're gonna know VS. You're gonna know. You're gonna know Tracy. You're gonna know. It's names that you're gonna know. And they have two key people that's going on. That just shows the beef sector do more stuff than beef. Period. And that's why I'm
Correct.
happy that the beef sector is doing it. And Empress, you're welcome. I knew a lot of people. I said they're gonna get scared. They're gonna go out there and try to check in, and that hub is down. They're gonna be like, "What's going on?" But you're welcome.
Yeah. Let me say this too. I hope on that line of what Miss Cruz is saying, I hope that they get this play together and they do this play. I had a chance to talk to Lady Nika on her platform, and Lady Nika said it is up to Tea Lounge. So hopefully they are working these things out, and we see that because I really want to see a good play. I think it will really be nice, and that's on the real because it seemed like they've worked very hard to do this, and hopefully the little hiccup is not going to cause this play not to go through. So I'm like Miss Cruiser. You know, we can talk about people, we can beef and roast and gag and all of this stuff, but can we actually get together and do something? Yes. I've seen the beef sector come together and help people. I've seen it. I've seen the beef sector rally around people when they've lost a loved one. So I've seen it, and everybody's not bad on here. And that's what I got to say about that. Even with the situation with somebody getting assaulted, y'all, let me say, I don't want anybody to get assaulted. That's the real. I don't care how much, you just don't want bad things to happen to people, and that's on the
Mm.
real. Now, I can't
You,
speak for everybody.
you more safe than I am. A nice little sock in the eye every now and then. That ain't gonna hurt nobody. Little beat
Well,
down. Sometimes people need their ass whooped, Jay.
mm-mm. Like I said,
They say
I can't.
he
I
ain't
can't
going.
post all. I can't post all this somebody wounded. I can't pour water on a drowning man. Um,
I'm
they say
not
the
going.
boy was
Oh,
walking
he
the
probably gonna
dog.
get. I
They
hope
say
he
the
ain't in
boy
the
was
chat. He gonna
walking the
get me
dog
now.
cruiser. They say the boy was walking the dog cruiser, and then somebody walked him as a
And he got
dog.
the and he got
Baby,
the dog walked on him is what I heard. That what the people
that's
say.
what I heard.
He got the
They
dog
said,
walked on him.
baby, they said his arm was ganked up. They said his eye had a little gash under it. I'm like, oh my God, but baby, just enough in the city, baby. I'm telling you, it was deep, Miss Cruiser. And then they said he took the video down because he had to get in the camera, and baby, it was
Look at
sad, Miss Cruiser.
USN retired talking about, aren't we too old to be fighting? Y'all love the main folks be talking about we too old to be fighting. We love to whoop you. Well, stop hitting your kids. Stop hitting your kids then.
You know what though? I don't fight. I don't fight.
I
I
don't either.
only in self defense. And I mean, and again, it depends on how you doing it because some self defense don't require fighting. I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave it like that.
I'm a act right. Reason is he just rebuked me, and that's somebody I respect. So okay, Reason, I get it. I get it. She said we don't promote violence over here, so I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna behave.
Only when it's self defense. But I don't know why that boy, that young man, excuse me, was assaulted like that. I really don't. I heard a little bit, but you gotta consider the source that you hear from because one source was just doing the most, and I was like, oh Lord. So yeah, but I hope he getting better. Put some aloe on under your eye. Put some aloe on that eye and everything. So yeah, but Miss Cruiser, oh. So Miss Cruiser,
Hmm. Yeah, can you hear
you
me?
know
Because
what?
my phone just rang. I'm still here,
Okay, your phone just rang.
but it's okay.
So
I'm still here.
Miss Cruiser, is everything all right? Because I know you got connections, but everything all right in the state of Virginia and Kojic land? I'm just saying.
Ooh, what's going on in Culture Land? I was
Okay.
listening to old messy William McCray last night, and I said, "Ooh, what's
Uh-huh.
going on?" So I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out. Let me holler at
Um,
RNY.
okay, yeah, because I'm just wondering if everything going on and okay in Kojic land over there. Let me say this though. I'm tired of these successions because your dad is a bishop, then all of a sudden you should be a bishop. I'm gonna leave that alone. We they do a lot of that now, and again, it doesn't look right because they always claiming who God anointed, and it ain't bloodline, but baby, it's a lot of bloodline bishops in him, and that's all I'm gonna say, Miss Cruiser.
USN, don't pay me no attention. I'm just shady. Don't pay me no attention. Don't take me. I don't disrespect you. I just was messed. I do now. Reasoning is key. When she say something, I straighten up. There's just something certain people. Y'all know there's just certain people that's gonna make you act right. It's gonna make you act right. You ain't gonna cross them. You're like,
Oh
okay.
my God. Look at this traffic again. Oh my God. Lord Jesus, don't let this traffic be like this. San Antonio, it's time for y'all to get a train. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense that this
I
traffic be
heard you
like this.
yesterday on 10. We used to take that road. We used to travel. We used to Fort Hood, Texas, and we used to travel home. We used to be on 10, seemed like all the way through. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, 35 is terrible. I don't even
Hmm.
touch 35 no more. And 10
Yeah,
is awful.
we did
And
35 too.
yeah, 35 has to be the worst. 35 has to be worse. 10, so yeah, 10 can be bad, but I'm on 30. I'm getting back on 35 because you gotta skip over 35 because 35 is anything between San Antonio and Austin now is terrible.
Look,
So
Texas,
instead of
period. It don't
yeah,
make no sense that it can take you 7 to 8 hours just to get through Texas, to get out of Texas.
yeah, Austin is the worst. I think. I think all and so Houston is bad. Don't get me wrong, but Austin is a city of a million people that's built for
Hmm.
450,000 people,
Yeah, I've
and they
been to
don't have
Austin. We used to fly. We used to fly out of. We would fly out of Austin. Cause Killeen don't have no air. I mean, they
yeah,
have an airport, but it's itty
but
bitty. So we would
it
fly to
ain't.
Austin or Dallas.
Yeah, you know it's going. Austin has the best prices out of any airport in Texas. I swear. Austin has really good prices, so I usually fly out of Austin because I can go either San Antonio and Austin. So I fly out of Austin more than San Antonio, believe it or not, because Austin has just really good rates. They have the best rates. Even some rates are better than Dallas and Houston, and I mean, so they have some good rates out of Austin. But
RNY said she hope you ain't talking about her pastor. RNY, you mean our pastor? You mean superintendent? Surely ain't nothing going on there.
now I see that I see that Hardy is a bishop now. Praise the Moses. Okay. I see Hardy is
Mm-hmm.
a jurisdictional
Yeah.
bishop.
Mm-hmm. And me and RNY's, I ain't gonna say no name, but the church we went to, he's a bishop. He's a bishop elect now.
He's a bishop. And what's the difference between bishop and bishop elect? And
That's why I said it
I
like
know you
that.
have a minister.
That's why I said it like that. Is he a bishop? Or is he not a bishop?
Yeah, they have auxiliary bishop. Let me tell you, you ain't a bishop until you're jurisdictional, okay? And you got a jurisdiction.
Well, he was
All this,
superintendent for 100,000 years. We was on the green, and we was in that district.
I ain't gonna ever
Okay, so
forget Green.
RNY said our pastor is an auxiliary, and I don't go there no more. That was years ago.
Yeah.
But
Baby,
he's an
Bishop Green
auxiliary
used to
bishop.
have me laughing. Bishop Green said, Bishop Green was talking about Jesus and the woman at the well, and Bishop Green said, he asked for something, but she didn't give him none. Ooh, I'm
Okay,
like, Bishop
let me tell
Green,
you something.
stop.
When we had to go somewhere, it was involving Green. You best believe I was going. You didn't know what was gonna come out his mouth.
Bishop Green, Bishop he didn't give him none. And Mother Charlotta Thomas said, oh God, his nerves them home. She got that
Look at
deep
St.
voice.
James.
She said,
St. James said Marvin Wine has been an elect for 20 years. He ain't
oh my
not one
God.
lie told. What in the world?
Okay, it's been a long time coming. But change is they building that church because baby, them people in Detroit said you need to build this church. Okay, them
They
people
let
in
him off.
Detroit,
I
they
don't know
like,
what he said or who he knew, but they let him go. I think he out of that trouble now. I think,
wow.
but he
You
better build
know,
that church.
yeah. Let me tell you something. Ever since Vicky left, it was just. And baby, I ain't gonna ever forget that shade that Vicky threw at that family and friends concert when she wore that big black hat.
I don't blame her. He wrote a whole song for her. He have nothing to do with no gospel music. You just don't want to know. That song ain't got nothing to do with gospel music or church. He wrote that song to shade her.
Vicky said, if you know I was his wife, I was. She said, I still would have been his wife if he would have treated me right. Ooh, I'm like, oh my goodness, Vicky
Let me
is
tell you
real.
something. The shade they throw at each other is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I understand it so
She
well
said, she
because
said,
because you know
well, she said we got married on the Wednesday in the yellow dress. What was that all about?
I got, you know what? I always tease my ex-husband because we got married on a Wednesday. We got
Oh
married on a
Jesus! It's that
Wednesday, and
Wednesday.
we
Let's
had a
get married
church
on a
wedding
Wednesday.
it was a church wedding on a Wednesday because his inconsiderate aunt passed away. And so the date we were supposed to get married, everybody was going to the funeral, including his uncle, which was officiating our marriage. So we had to change it to that Wednesday and then move the reception to that Saturday. So I always tease him, like Marvin Winans and Vicky Winans, we got married on a Wednesday, but I know why she be
She said,
shading
"What
him,
was
and I
that
know he
all
be
about?"
shading her. Right. And what was exactly? I want to know too, Vicky. What was that
But
all
let me
about?
say this though. At the end though, Vicky got real serious at that end, and I looked at because he was very nervous. He was very nervous when she was reading because she was reading, and even though it was funny, that stuff was landing right. And then she the one who took the brunt of it, saying whatever I did and all of that, and Vicky took it. And you know
Mhm.
what? All he could say, that's Vicky. She's a star. She's blinging. I'm like, wait a minute. This lady just poured her heart out, and you were the one who was to blame, and all you can say is she blinging and she famous.
Yeah. Yeah, they was throwing that. I watched that over and over because I'm like, people ain't catching all this shade that's going out between them, especially from her. V. Lenore just dropped some tea on herself in your chat. She said, "Fun fact: Calvin Winans was at a Christmas dinner last year. Back to the clouds. I wonder how she know.
Well, I know
V,
how she know. I
when
know
you at
everybody
that
know. Well,
Christmas
everybody
dinner,
know. Let me say this. I guess everybody know now, but I know how she know. But it's all
everybody
good.
know. Everybody know what it is now.
Well, I know what it is, but I ain't gonna say nothing because let me say this. I respect. I know people don't think I respect folk, but I do
Hmm.
respect them. And I respect that because these people would dox everybody and their mama if they could. But I respect
Okay.
that. I know how V. Lenora know. But I mean, and that's good. And this is like I said, it is what it is. But
You never
I,
know. You just never know who's in the beef sector.
you never
You
know
just
who's in
never
the
know
beef
who's
sector.
hanging around here in the beef sector.
If you ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need him now. Oh, we sure do need him now. That's all I can say.
Let me
So
get that off this counter. Uh,
but anyway,
look,
all I
look.
can say is, huh?
Me and Jay been throwing shade at each other since 2018. Am I wrong, Jay?
We have been throwing shade at each other for a long time.
A long time.
But let me say this though. Now, before you leave, we got to talk about this Juanita Bynum thing.
Oh my God.
Did you
Do
hear
that
that
boy
long
really think
prayer?
do he really think she's coming?
First of all, did you hear that long prayer though? And then
Um,
why you throwing your people under the bus? You look. You make those decisions. Stop throwing your people under the bus like your people don't know what they doing. I can't deal with that. So
yeah. And the
um
first thing I thought of was when she went round there to Pastor Moore Church in Virginia Beach and didn't preach because she thought somebody came in her room and saw her drawers.
and I thought that was crazy because I'm like, no, this man was under Bishop Green. This man don't do that kind of stuff. What's wrong with
His,
her?
his wife ain't having it. I don't care
That's
what her
right.
name
So
is.
I'm
His wife
like,
ain't having it.
and
She
I'm
don't
like, what's
want
wrong
you.
with her?
Mm-mm-mm. And you got to have people to
Taking
go in
people
your
money
room
and
first
showing up.
and
You
lay your
ruined that
stuff
man's
out. And
birthday.
you don't want nobody to touch your stuff and all that kind of stuff. Well, don't be, let me leave folks.
Oh,
Listen,
spooky
let me
deep
leave
for
folks
no
stuff alone.
reason. Spooky deep for no reason. But let me tell y'all something. Now, I ain't gonna say no names, but you gonna know who I'm talking about, Miss Cruiser. But there's a gospel artist, baby. She may or may not show up if you pay her the money.
Well, you
Okay,
said that other day I hollered.
baby. She may or may not show up when you pay her the money. So
Pay
you
at
better
own
make
risk.
sure.
Pay at
Pay at
own
your
risk.
own risk. But let me tell you something
Hmm.
though. Let me tell you who ain't gonna play with you if you, baby. I have heard from reliable sources that baby, you do not mess around with Shirley Caesar and her money. Because they say Shirley be packing heat. And Shirley don't have a problem putting the heat up on the table if you don't have her money. Okay, Shirley don't play. Shirley will come out and tell folk that I ain't got my money, so I ain't coming on out.
Now
Girl, they
everybody
say Shirley
knows,
don't play.
folks. Everybody know, and for those who don't know, folks from North Carolina around this area, Shirley Caesar live up the street from me in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Folks from this area, we carry guns, pack heat, as Jay say. We check it at the airport and carry it. You better have Shirley money. She gonna pop one in you and preach your funeral. Period.
Baby, but let me tell you something. Shirley doing more than. Let me tell you something though. Shirley did
Don't
not
do it,
start.
Jay. Don't you do it.
Shirley did not start snatching microphones from people. That was Cassetta George. Baby, when Cassetta George snatched that
Oh, I thought you were
microphone from
going somewhere
James
else.
Moore.
Okay, okay.
Now,
Mhm.
I know something else, Miss Cruiser, but I ain't
Don't do
going
it.
there. I
Yeah.
ain't going
Mhm.
there. Because all I can say, Miss Cruiser, is my former pastor played drums for Shirley Caesar. That's all I'm going to say.
Mhm.
That's all I'm going to say.
What
This
was
is
you
why I
saying about snatching them mics out your hand?
baby, Cassetta George was the first. She was the original mic snatcher. James Moore was trying to sing. He was there, and Cassetta George snatched that mic so fast, James Moore didn't even know what happened, and the folk were rolling. Let me tell you something. They stayed at them Gospel Music Workshop of America conventions too. So I don't know how them ladies got along because it seemed like they were all mean. It seemed like they
I
were
hated
mean.
I missed the one. The last one was here in Greensboro, and I hated I missed it. I think even St. James didn't get to go because they had a mix up with that and what was it? The the dates with that and something else was going on at the same time. And I think
Yeah,
St. James went over to
yeah.
what was it? Oh, it was an award show. What was it? It can't slip my mind right now.
The Stellas.
The Stellas. I think the dates were the same. It kind of
Oh,
messed
okay.
everybody up. Hmm.
Okay. Well, them caravans were no joke. It seemed like Albertina was okay, but baby, it seemed like that. What's her name? Inez Andrews didn't play Inez. See, I didn't know I was supposed to get paid until Sally Martin sung my song. And when I saw her, I told her. I mean, you know what? Them chicks right there seem like they rough stuff. Okay. Inez, Josephine, Shirley, baby, they seem like they didn't play. They just, but anyway, but them
I'm
caravans
gonna tell
was
you
something
somebody
else.
else. I'm gonna tell you somebody else who will get you checked. Isaac Curry's mama, his mother, Nancy Curry. Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
You gonna sing right. You gonna show up on time. She will embarrass you and check you in front of everyone. And you can buck if you
Yeah.
want to.
Let me tell you who. Let me
Mhm.
tell you who was one of the best choir directors that I ever worked with, and that was Peggy Britt. I love some Peggy Britt. I love some Peggy Britt now.
Yeah,
Peggy Britt.
you know that's my girl. That's my girl, Peggy.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. She's still. I saw her last year. I think I told you about it. Sometime she's still shady. Now
yeah,
y'all
Peggy
think Cruz is
Britt.
shady. Peggy Britt shady, and always acting like she ain't come to sing. Y'all want me to sing,
Yeah, and then tear it up. Then
and
tear it
then
up.
do a whole concert.
Yeah,
Be like, we
Virginia
asked you for one song.
baby,
Mhm.
Virginia had some musicians for you.
Oh yeah,
Susan, who used to be over Virginia State Choir, baby, in the 80s and the 90s, baby, Virginia State could not be touched. I think the choir now is Howard. Howard has good choir. Now, let me say this: they
I
band may not be too
haven't heard
set.
Halbert.
They band may not be too set, but that gospel choir at Howard ain't no joke. Virginia State always had a good gospel choir, and they always had a good cheerleading squad. And then you had Howard had a good choir, gospel choir. Norfolk State had a good concert choir and a good band. Winston Salem always had good cheerleaders.
Winston Salem,
Again,
Winston
Winston
Salem
Salem have
State
good
actually
cheerleaders.
have a good choir now.
They do.
They have a real good. I'm trying to remember the guy's name that's over it. He used to be over A&T Choir at one point, and he was over American Express. The corporation used to be here in Greensboro, and they
Uh-huh.
had a choir, and he was over that choir too. And now he's over Winston Salem
Wow. I'm
State
gonna tell you
Choir,
what
and
though,
they
A&T
bad
had a
now.
good gospel choir too. A&T had a good gospel choir, and A&T
Hmm.
has a good band. Now I can always say that, we were rivals with A&T. We still are, because I think they're
With
still
the
in the
band,
MEAC.
oh yeah,
But
with the
A&T,
band. Hmm.
they always had a good band. But you know what school that is a really good school and you don't hear nothing much about? is Central, because Central has a law school, and you don't hear too much about Central. You know, I hear more about Fayetteville State than Central, and
Mhm.
in Central, North Carolina Central State, is a darn good school, but you just don't,
It
you
is.
know, you
We
just
just
don't
had
hear
the
a lot about
blackout. You know, every year when A&T plays, A&T plays Central, they call it the blackout, because the whole, you know, because the rivalry between the two. But yeah, Central is a good school, and
Central.
this
North
this
Carolina
is
has so
something
many black schools.
this is something you will find interesting about Central North Carolina A&T, and it's one other black school. My daughter, if she listens to me, she'll tell me. A lot of the Duke University, UNC, Tar Heels, High
Uh-huh.
Point University, they send their students to A&T, to Central, to these black universities for different classes for them to pass.
Mm-hmm.
You remember
Yeah.
when High Point University gave Bennett College that $1 million?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they gave them that $1 million, because they know how many students they send over that way.
North Carolina has so many black schools. Oh, by the way, did you see the new president for Johnson C. Smith?
Mm-mm.
Baby, if she
Ain't no
don't look
damn
WNBA, go look at her. Baby, she look like WNBA over there. I'm just saying, Miss Cruiser.
Johnson C. Smith. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Baby,
But
she
yeah,
looks
you know,
very
North
W.
Carolina is full of schools. Just in Greensboro alone, we have like five
Black
major
schools, black
universities.
schools, black
Yeah,
schools. You
and a
got
lot of black
Fayetteville
schools. Yeah,
State. You got
and probably
Fayetteville
the
State.
majority of the HBCUs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fayetteville State, Elizabeth City State, North Carolina Central State, North Carolina A&T, Johnson C. Smith, St. Aug, Shaw, Livingston, Bennett College. I mean, and I probably missed a few.
Winston-Salem State. Mm-hmm.
Winston-Salem, yeah, Winston-Salem State. I mean, North Carolina has a lot of black schools, not only schools, but black schools. And people forget Elizabeth City State.
Mm-hmm. Is Barbara? I think you went out. Is Barbara Scotia still open?
They're really trying to keep Barbara Scotia open.
Okay.
And the thing that bothers me with Barbara Scotia is that's where Mary McLeod Bethune went to school. That's where she got
Mm-hmm.
her
Yeah.
bachelor's degree
Yeah.
at Barbara Scotia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But Cruiser Girl, I'm getting ready to go.
All right.
See, y'all got a little HBCU history and everything here. So, but Cruiser, I'm getting ready to go, and we'll
All right.
talk later.
I'll see
I'll
y'all
be
around
back
these
from
streets. Y'all have a good day.
Peace.